A virtuous view, a vision of verse-filled vessels on the verge of falling, a valued recovery, validated creativity, shades of clarity, vases voided of intentional color, beaded vanguards, hanging ready like arms triumphant, with champagne and Prosecco sparkles, a kaleidoscope of hope, a victim of destined placement. Each piece provides direction while being free to dance. Various sizes, a variety of validated and sacred places. Let's be thankful to be in this great presence. I came, like I said, last year, but I came back on my birthday on February 16th, and I came here early that morning to visit. That sounds probably weird, but if you're writing about something, or if you're going to be part of something, then you want to visit, see what it says to you. And after writing 8 pieces, this was the 9th one, you figured it said enough. However, I thought that maybe it didn't, and I'm a firm believer. And law taught me that powerful things happen on your birthday, so I came on my birthday. And they probably thought I was a little crazy because I took my shoes off and I just wrote. And I wasn't even trying to take the pen off the paper, I just was gonna write. Whatever came out, we're just gonna see what happened. And surprisingly, what I wrote, what I just said tonight was what came out. And even at this moment, I feel like just as this piece here is still falling, I feel like there's more to it, that maybe it's not necessarily finished. And I'd be curious as to hear what some of you guys see. Do you see the clarity as the way that I see it, or do you see a fixed point?
Translucent, not necessarily transparent, although some of it is.
Well, I love the fact that there's very recognizable pieces, and yet as a whole, there's a lot of unrecognizable pieces that you would never put on your dining room table. So I love the chaos of it that has just like permeated the pure, clear definitely a class, you know, and yet at the same time the turned over wine glass or champagne goblet and the linked chains, and so there's a virginity to glass, I think, but yet at the same time in here there's total chaos that kind of like keeps cracking and breaking at those elements that we usually associate with glass, you know. And this is, and it's also, oh, how smooth and how soft, and yet how sharp it can cut you. So there's this really nice dichotomy of shapes, you know, in it, and energy.
I wonder what it means that we can look right through the bread. That's the first time I've had that experience.
It strikes me as this moment that is frozen in time. I feel like I need to hold my breath while I'm looking at this, because if I breathe the wrong way, it's gonna shatter it all, literally shatter it, because it's made of glass, and how there's this beautiful abundance of these objects on this table, but it's so fragile, and just the smallest motion could send it all crashing down.
Well, I suppose too, the flowers there are frozen in time. They aren't wilting, they aren't aging,
Right.
they're frozen.
I love the change.
I do too. That was my first. That was the first where I began. I don't know if it made a noise. I don't think it did. I think it said to me, stop.
Why did it say stop?
It was connected to something else.
And chains bind and
Right.
hold and prevent movement from occurring.
I thought it was interesting that some of these pieces seem to be so thin and frail, and then other pieces, such as the one in the back, I think it's the bread, seems to be so huge and substantial, as if it's meant to be your feast. And some of these pieces we have at home, we probably have at home. I know I have this one little piece here at home, and I moved it. I don't know why, but I moved it from where it was. It just seemed to be, it seemed to hold more importance after seeing this. And I moved it to another shelf, something higher away from my child. But it seemed like it had more importance after I saw this.
I was just experimenting with the thought of filling the vessels. And I wondered what other folks thought they would get filled with. And do you imagine a color?
From this angle, I see the painting on the other side.
Yeah, I understand.
So it's like it's got fruit all in it.
It's filled with fruit.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
Pretty messed up.
I see it.
Yeah.
Actually, I see a camera.
So